Hello everybody, this is Digital Purgatory. I'm the main producer and director for this project. I oversee everything that happens in making this game while also providing almost every asset in this project. You're watching the 6th devlog video for Sonic Onset Adventure, though I'm sure you could already tell by reading the title of this video. Anyways, I want to start off by saying, wow, it's been a long time. Especially since I've uploaded the 5th devlog video to my channel. It's been 2 years since I began this project. Can you believe it? Crazy for me to think about. I basically devoted 2 years of my life to working on this project, and I still have passion for what I did like 2 years ago. So many things have happened since those 2 years, and it's hard for me to think about and process. I do believe I need to explain why I've been mostly silent about the project's progress. At the beginning of Sonic Onset Adventure's development, it started as a project to just test the waters and see what we could do with a development copy of Sonic Adventure DX. That copy was found on an Xbox 360 developer kit, and we began to decompile and dissect this code. During this period where we studied the code and figured out the inner workings of Sonic Adventure's framework, we wanted to execute what we have learned into a small test. We opened up a Roblox Studio Place file on September 7th. I found it kind of funny that Sonic Onset basically started work on my birthday. We spent that entire night figuring out how to get Sonic Space movement code ported and working within Roblox's Lua engine in under 24 hours. Shortly after we released a demo build of the small project on September 8th, we didn't really have a name for this project since we weren't really taking ourselves seriously, so I thought it'd be really funny to just name the project Sonic Ultimate Eclipse RPG Online V5. And it kind of just to vent my frustration with the situation with the Roblox Sonic fan game scene at the time. Although immature of me, I still find it kind of funny to look back at. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked here, I'm sure most of you know, but the main reason why we have not been working on Sonic Onset as much as we used to is due to complications in my life. Ever since the COVID pandemic started, it deteriorated the way I lived, and it worsened when it actually affected my family terribly. I tried not to let it hinder much of my progress, but there was only so much I could do by myself and CuckyDev. Sonic Onset has mainly always been like a two-man project between me and CuckyDev. I supplied almost every 3D asset, animation, sound file, etc. Eventually, I was an adult and graduated from high school, and I had to find a job, and I did just as every high school graduate does and get a simple job just to earn some money on the side. I had less time to work on SOA, but I still try my best to work on it. The issue with working on Sonic Onset is that we decided to move out of Roblox since it was giving us so many issues, such as breaking features at random as well as limiting us with what we could do. So when we moved Sonic Onset onto our own game engine, this became a new challenge for us. CuckyDev basically tasked with himself with creating a new game engine on top of recreating the game's framework onto it. And so I had the issue where I couldn't really create assets for this game without there being an actual game to put these assets into, so it's just a constant frustration with having to wait to get something that works. I don't mean that to come off in a way that belittles CuckyDev's work, but he does so much for this project and it's a heavy load for him to carry with all the pressure that began piling up from us and all the fans wanting much more from this project. So I decided I wanted to make another Roblox update to the game while CuckyDev spent his time figuring out how to continue moving the project and creating the game engine. And then all the progress stopped. Why? Because we were contracted by GameFam to create Sonic Speed Simulator. CuckyDev and I put everything we have learned from making Sonic Onset into Sonic Speed Simulator, and we had no time to work on Sonic Onset due to this. I was very busy having to work to release updates every week, and on top of that I was also very busy trying to take care of my dad while also supporting my household financially when needed. Fast forward to today, and I'm sitting here making a new devlog about Sonic Onset, and you're probably wondering why I'm working on this again. Well, last year on October, GameFam laid me off and fired me because I could no longer work on Sonic Speed Simulator. I felt really frustrated and depressed, and after putting in all that hard work and effort, I was just laid off just like that. After a week of self-reflection, I had come to the conclusion that this is just another product of how cruel the game industry can be, so I began to tinker with a build of Sonic Onset I had on Roblox. And then I remembered how much I had fun working on this and how much passion I had for it. It was that passion that got me my name on the Sega product. And so here I am now working on Sonic Onset again after so long. I've restructured so many assets, workflow, and bases, made so many changes over time, made use of the many things I've learned over the years while working on Sonic Onset, Sonic Speed Simulator as well, and working with 3D programs as well as art. Shaped the project into what it is today until I'm finally happy with the product that I ended up with. Even so, I'm still looking for ways to improve on it with the support of my closest friends, CuckyDev, and you guys. I really can't thank you all enough for sticking with me for so long. As I've wanted to move forward with this project, I've considered finding new people to work with and new talent to find. This is why I've made a decision to have SOA's development team expand out and seek more people to accommodate the game's scope. I'm really excited about the future progress on this project now that we have expanded the team to collaborate on something as ambitious as this. Anyways, without further ado, allow me to introduce you all to our wonderful voice actors, starting with somebody you may already know, Shade Ronan, our voice actor for Sonic the Hedgehog.
Hey guys! As you may have noticed, we've been pretty busy with SOA. Recently, we've all been working hard to deliver on our own ends. I've been the one in charge of most of the voice direction for Sonic, and in general. You'll see that when you're in game, I hope. I want to deliver a quality that aims to match that of the official games, and I'm keeping myself to a pretty big standard of quality. I've been learning how to convey a large range of emotions, and I hope to give the most accurate Sonic impression that you've all heard, give or take. As you've seen with my previous works that I've shown off in our public Discord server, my ability to act and impersonate characters has definitely improved over time, and I hope you're all happy with my performance. We've also been making something that you'll definitely want to see. If you're interested in my work and the occasional goofiness, try supporting me on Twitter, @ShadeRonan, as well as all the very talented voice actors that we've brought on board. Other than that, guys, I don't have anything else to say or nothing to speak out of my mind. If you want to ask me more questions, feel free to do so in our public Discord. Other than that, you guys have a fantastic day and keep yourselves safe.
Hey, I'm Critical Health. I've been doing music for this project for the past 2 years now. Looking forward to finally getting back to work on this thing. Anywho, hopefully we'll be hearing more of my music sometime in the future. Sometime soon, hopefully. Alright, see ya.
Right, about the gameplay. I'm sure everybody came here to see some gameplay of Sonic Onset. I mean, this is a devlog after all. You guys have been waiting for so long to see some, progress on this project for quite a while now, so I think it's time I show you guys what we've been working on for the past couple of months. Or let's say years, I guess, since, this has been under progress for quite a long time now. The new version of Sonic Onset is powered by Godot. The newest version of Godot, to be exact, Godot 4.0. Using Godot allowed us to have more freedom, and it gave us the ability to make progress much more faster rather than us having to sit down and make our own engine from scratch, which that would have taken a long time, which is why it kind of took us so long. We were in the middle of doing that, but since we didn't have enough time to actually sit down and commit because we had real life things to tend to. Anyways, everything here is new. The Sonic model is completely redone. We have ring shaders. We actually recreated the Sonic Adventure 1 lighting engine, the lantern engine, as a shader for Godot here, which is why Sonic looks like that. Looks like a PlayStation 2/GameCube, whatever you want to call it. The whole aesthetic for Sonic Onset that I wanted to go with is the GameCube look, the old, older generation of consoles. Would make it easier to run on a computer, and I think it looks aesthetically pleasing to the eyes, at least. Since, I grew up on this era of video games, and I really enjoy playing these kind of games. As you can see, the character controller and physics are near one or identical to the Roblox version. There's really not that many differences other than a couple of fixes in collision, along with a couple new moves that I added. The super bounce, we managed to add that in as a feature. The super bounce is not actually going to be a thing you can just do willy-willy. You can't do it everywhere you want. So I plan on doing what the Sonic Rebel Blast 2 Adventure Sonic mod by Metal Wario did, where they have you have the super bounce only confined to the speed shoes power up and Super Sonic. I also want to mention how much easier it is to work with Godot compared to Roblox. For example, the ability of having to deal with them a workflow for level design in Godot compared to Roblox, because I have to worry about so many things when I'm working with Roblox. For example, like generating collision, making sure materials aren't like screwed over by Roblox's material override, or you know, having to deal with Roblox's shitty ambient occlusion, or the ability of not being able to use vertex coloring for shading in level geometry. But with Godot, I have more control over what I want to do, so it is way much more nicer to work with Godot compared to Roblox. Keep in mind that the animations you're seeing here are not final. They're prone to change. In fact, I've been tweaking Sonic's animations constantly, making sure that they look as good as possible. I just haven't had the time to update the file in the Git. So one of the new moves I mentioned is we added rolling. When you hold the B button, Sonic can perform a roll as soon as he hits the ground, or you can tap the B button to roll on the ground when running forward. That way you don't have to tap the spin dash button. I mean, you still can, but the roll button is there for those that, you know, want to roll when you hit the ground, or, you know, go on the slope. For people that, you know, want to keep the movement flow nice and tight. Keep in mind, or I should have mentioned this earlier, but Wave Ocean, this is just a test. We're not really going to use Wave Ocean in the actual game. I'm only using this as like a test for Sonic's moveset in a real like gameplay scenario where we have him like a level environment. Since I haven't really modeled fully modeled a stage yet, so I figured why not just use Wave Ocean as a testing ground. We already used Emerald Coast before for Roblox, why not use Wave Ocean here? Hey everyone, Digital Purgatory here again. This is the last thing I wanted to leave off with. So as you're all aware, I have expanded the team so we can tackle this project at a greater rate than before. But we're still looking for people that are interested in this project and have the capabilities to lend us a hand in certain things. For example, we're looking for extra programmers, specifically for ones that are familiar with C#. It's a bonus if you have experience with Godot, but we're also looking for extra 3D artists and texture artists that can specialize in environmental modeling for level design. We also have a casting club page running right now as we're looking for extra voice actors to fill the roles of some extra story characters. More info on that will be down in the description of the video. As for any inquiries regarding the other positions, feel free to send me a DM on Discord, Twitter, or the Sonic Onset Twitter page. Whatever works for you. All the info you will need will be in the description of the video. Alright, well, this has been Sonic Onset Developer Log number 6. Thank you all for sticking with me for this long, and I guess this is a goodbye for now. I'll definitely be updating you guys more in the future. Peace.